right, let's switch gears here to the Reds. They actually won 5 out of 6 since we last talked. They were on a 5-game winning streak until yesterday when they lost on getaway day. They are off today. They're a game over 500 now at 35-34 and in fourth place of the NL Central, 6.5 games back of the Cubs. It was funny, Skinny, because last week we talked about how similar it felt to last season, and I mentioned that when we were doing last week's show, they had just been on a winning streak the year prior around that same time. And I said, it feels so much like last year that even if they win several games over the course of the next week, like I'm not going to get excited about it because we know how this story ends. Well, lo and behold, they go and win several games over the course of the next week. Have you changed your tune at all in the course of the last week? Did this winning streak spark any enthusiasm in you?
No, but because I need to see it over a longer period of time. But I do think you see the potential of a healthy CES, right? And get Austin Hayes back, and suddenly the middle of your lineup is a lot more formidable, which then lengthens your lineup out for guys that you're batting 5th and 6th and 4th by default before that, get slid down the order where they probably slot better. I do find that at least encouraging. But again, I need it for more than a 3-game stretch or a 5-game stretch. We need to see this for a multiple game stretch, multiple week stretch before you can sign off and go, okay, I see some things turning around. I prove me wrong, and then we'll go from there.
I think CES's return is probably the most encouraging part of all of this. Yeah. If you're trying to look for something to latch on to, the idea that this lineup could get more dynamic, more potent in the middle of that order, have a little more fear, that's what you latch onto, I think, is the fact that CES and Austin Hayes maybe could give you some of that again.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
Yeah. Anything else? I mean, you had the bad Lodolo outing. I don't think you take much away from that. Abbott was outstanding in his complete game.
Yeah, I get. Yeah, that was out. That was. I was actually doing public address for an all-star softball game that night, and I would look at my phone every once in a while to see the score, and I saw it was 1-0 in the ninth, and I literally scrolled in the box score real quick. I'm going. I was looking to see who's pitched in relief and who's closing, and lo and behold, I see Andrew Abbott 8 2/3 innings at that point with 1 out to go. I thought, wow, are they going to actually let him finish? And they did. 117 pitches worth, and they let him finish.
How surprised were you in this era that they let a guy, because it wasn't like he didn't run into any trouble. There were a couple situations where it's like, okay, here it is. Get him out of here now. And they didn't do that. It's so rare to see that in this day and age where a guy gets over 90 pitches and they let him pitch through trouble.
Yeah, very surprising. Now, Terry Francona is kind of old school, right? And he even said, I felt like he deserved a chance to try to finish it. And he gave him that chance. I guess the litmus test, right, is will this affect the next couple of starts moving forward? I mean, 117 pitches is not a ton by baseball standards, but hell, it feels like every team cuts guys off at 90 to 95 pitches these days. So it does seem like it's a ton. So we'll see how it affects him over the next couple of starts. But man, I say this with full knowledge of watching some of Hunter Green starts right there. He's our best pitcher. It's crazy.
Right now, it feels that way. I mean, I think Green, obviously, over the long haul of the season, no doubt has been. But Abbott looks fantastic right now. So, but again, the starting pitching has not been my concern this year.
Right. And the bullpen's gotten better. So now you feel like you got some pieces in the lineup, and okay, it's kind of go time. Let's see if you can string together, some good baseball here and get yourself back into playoff hunt.
Yeah.